Have you ever felt like you're just fighting against yourself? Well, today we're going to explore a pretty powerful idea. What if that feeling, that very thing that feels like it's holding you back, is actually pointing the way forward? Let's get into it.
So let me ask you this. Do you ever just stop and think that the things you're doing to improve your life, to get stronger or smarter or more financially secure, feel, well, kind of crazy? Like you're pushing against a giant wall just for the sake of it? Let's talk about that feeling.
So, to make this real, what does this daily grind actually look and feel like? Let's just run through a few examples of those crazy things we push ourselves to do day in and day out. Okay, so it often starts with the simplest and sometimes the absolute hardest moment of the day. That alarm blares when it's still pitch black outside and your entire body is screaming to stay under those warm covers. It feels totally unnatural, right? A little bit nuts to force yourself out of bed. But you do it. And then there's the physical push. Maybe for you, it's driving to the gym, feeling kind of awkward and out of place, using these machines that honestly felt intimidating and just foreign not that long ago. You're pushing your body in ways that are just plain uncomfortable, but you do it. And of course, it's not just physical, it's the mental grind. Trying to juggle a full-time job, maybe some freelance work on the side, maybe even another side hustle on top of that, all for some future goal. The sheer exhaustion can feel completely overwhelming, but still, you do it. So when you look at all these struggles, the early mornings, the tough workouts, the endless work, what do they all have in common? Turns out there's one single thread that ties them all together. And it's the one thing we all pretty much spend our lives trying to avoid. The common thread here is simple, and it's something we're wired to run away from: pain. But we're not just talking about one kind of pain here. No, it's physical, like those sore muscles from the gym. It's emotional, like that feeling of dread when you have to leave your warm bed. And it is absolutely mental, that crushing pressure of juggling so many different things. It really comes at us from all sides. So this whole combination of pain and discomfort, it actually has a name. It's resistance. It's that internal friction you feel whenever you're about to do something more or something different than what you're used to. You know that little voice in your head that says, "Ugh, this is hard, let's just stop"? That's resistance. Okay, but what if that feeling wasn't a signal to stop? What if it was actually a sign showing you the way forward? This is where we get to the really cool idea. Learning to see that resistance not as a barrier, but as your own personal compass. Think about this for a second. It's a huge shift in perspective. Our gut instinct is to see resistance as a big red stop sign, a warning to turn around and go back to what's easy and comfortable. But what if we completely reframe it? What if it's actually a compass, pointing us in the exact direction we need to go to grow? So here's the bottom line. When you feel that discomfort, that internal pushback, that's actually your reminder. It is a sign that you are pushing boundaries, stepping outside your comfort zone, and moving towards something new. You are on the right track precisely because it feels hard. This quote just nails it. Pain and discomfort are a beacon of hope. It's that incredible aha moment when you realize the struggle isn't just pain for the sake of pain. It is the very feeling of growth itself. So if resistance is a compass, how do we, actually use it? Let's turn that compass inward for a minute and see how it can help us navigate our own lives. All right, I want you to take a second and really think about this. What are the things you avoid doing? The tasks on your to-do list that just keep getting pushed to tomorrow, the difficult conversations you dread having, the healthy habits you just can't seem to get started. Go ahead and make a quick mental list. Now look at that list in your head and ask yourself this question. Honestly, if you actually did those things, the positive things that you feel resistance towards, could your life improve? Would you be happier, healthier, more prosperous? I'm willing to bet the answer is a pretty big yes. That feeling of resistance, it's pointing the way. Okay, so knowing the direction is one thing, but actually walking the path is something else entirely. Resistance still feels hard. So what can we do in that moment of struggle? Let's look at a few tools and mantras to help you stay on course. First off, this idea has been around forever. Even Shakespeare was onto it when he said, "Pain pays the income of each precious thing." He knew that anything truly valuable in life comes at a cost, and that cost is often paid in effort and discomfort. It frames the struggle not as a punishment, but as an investment. And here's another beautiful way to look at it, this time from the poet Rumi.
It's a reminder not to get lost in the discomfort of the moment. That very pain, if you move through it, can become the thing that heals you and makes you stronger. It's totally transformational.
And finally, here's a super simple, practical tool for when you feel that resistance bubbling up. It's a 3-part mantra. First, you ground yourself in the physical moment. I am safe. Remind yourself that your body is just reacting to a challenge. Second, regulate your emotions with a deep breath. I am calm. And third, you affirm your own strength. I can handle this. Seriously, try it. I am safe. I am calm. I can handle this.
So, we'll leave you with this one last thought to take with you. If you start to see that feeling of resistance, not as a stop sign, but as a true north for your own growth and development, where is your compass pointing you next?